What's up guys, we're back here with another plugin review. Today we're going to be going through Contact Form by Bitform. This is a popular plugin form that will pop up as soon as you search form, so let's take a look at what it's like. Now we're going to be looking at the Contact Form by Bitform, multi-step form, calculation, contact form, payment contact form, and custom contact form builder. That's quite a lot to say in one. Once downloaded, you're going to find it on the left-hand side. We're going to find Bitform, and here we have all forms, app settings, SMTP, which on a side note, they also have a separate plugin to sort out your SMTP. It's basically like WP SMTP, but like a bit type form. So they've created the app for it. It's not the actual mailing system itself. It's a way for you to be able to connect your SMTP port, password, etc. from wherever you're using, like Google, Brevo, or somewhere else. So pretty much exactly like WP SMTP. They also have payments, which I will warn you, this is the pro version. Quite a lot of this, I've had a very quick look before I downloaded it, is sort of behind a paywall. And doc and support. So first of all, let's go to all forms. I haven't created any forms, so this will be the screen that you will first get brought to. Thank you for installing Bitform, and let's go ahead and create our new form. Now, I haven't created a form at all, so it's going to be the first time for me as well. We've got blank form, contact form, or form import. Let's go for a contact form. At least it'll have some bits already put in there for us. Now, straight away, what I'm noticing is that we do actually have quite a large amount of options that we can use for this form. Anything from currency to file upload, drop down, radio buttons, emails, numbers, and even a slider, which is pretty cool. It seems that you have your form right in the middle that you're building, and you can simply drag and drop, which makes it very easy. We can't go left to right, but we can go up and down. Interested to see what the slider will look like. Okie. Now, to edit each in particular bit, it seems that you can either go from the right hand side over here, or you can actually click on the box itself. And actually, I've got to be honest, it gives you quite a huge array of settings for each in particular bit. So for the email, we can either add a subtitle here, an admin label, and we can change the size and proportion for each individual step, which is quite cool. Change the placeholder, helper text, and it gives us the options for autocomplete. We can set it as required, but then we'd also have quite a few options that are pro version only, so whether it's read only, hidden, disabled, unique entry, and other stuff, which I haven't actually heard of. I'm not sure what a unique entry is. Okay, so we have an explanation. Enabling this option will check from the submitted entries whether its value is duplicated. Okay, pretty cool. I can see along the top, which is quite cool, the fact that we also have a medium screen input and also a phone input, so we can actually see what this form is going to look like on different screen sizes. This is quite interesting. I was looking for the entries or submissions area when we were looking at the initial plugin, and I wasn't able to find one. However, it does seem that you do have one. The entries can actually be found here. So once you get onto the form itself, you can then go on to entries and find any entries, which is quite cool. I always appreciate when they have that, because you might have missed the email. You might not have set up your SMTP, so maybe your mailing system isn't working. So having a place for your entries is vital. I can also see a little button up here which says View Analytics Report. Let's just go see. Perfect. And you actually get your complete analytics. So I'm going to be quite honest here. This is actually turning out a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It's only because when I first looked at it, all the options said Pro, 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 Pro. And it sort of looked like it didn't give you many options at all. Whereas actually playing around with it and creating a form, it's quite good. You get a nice bit of options. Also here, stuff like print your report, easy, and something you might want to do. Now, before I move on to the settings, let's have a look at some other bits. You can either have a password input, which I think is quite cool, potentially for creating a password, week, month, URL, decision box, signatures pro, that's pretty much standard across most forms. You've got rating, image select, and then you do also have payment options, but they are on the pro version, such as PayPal. You've got Stripe as well. So you do have payment options, but you know, it's pretty standard that you'd have to pay for the pro version for you to actually use the payment options. You've also got pagination for free, so you can go next step, previous step, which I think is pretty cool. HTML, so you can add custom HTML onto your form. Again, I rate that. So now let's go over to the settings options and see how many settings or what sort of settings they give us. Now here I am seeing a lot of behind the paywall sort of things with pros, stuff like, and this is quite interesting, allow single entry from each IP address. This would be quite helpful, because obviously you might not want people abusing the system or the form. Required to be logged in. You know, on some other forms you do get this for free. Prevent empty form submission. I mean, really, I suppose you can prevent that with just having required boxes. You know, they do have the important things, such as enabling the reCAPTCHA, because any form needs reCAPTCHA. Honeypot is not free. It's on the pro version, which I've got to be honest, I think this is the first one that actually is trying to charge for the honeypot. Whereas normally that's like the free version as well. They give you to essentially stop bots. It gives them a little like invisible reCAPTCHA that only a bot will try to fill out, but a human wouldn't even see or try to fill out. A blocked and allowed IP list are also hidden behind a paywall, and it does have a few other interesting options which we're going to go through in a minute. They are behind the paid one, but I do think it's interesting, such as the Google Ad clicks and Google Ads. Now we have other things such as a confirmation message. Of course, as standard, this is going to be free, and you can then make a nice confirmation message or redirect them to another page. So after they complete the form, they then go on another finishing page. It looks like you have conditional logics, and from what I can tell, that you have a limited amount with the free version and an unlimited amount with the pro version. There's stuff like actions that you can run when, action effects, action behaviors, etc. Quite interesting. You can create your email templates here, add integrations, stuff like Zapier that a lot of people use, Google Sheets, etc. Obviously, you do need stuff like your Google Workspace to be set up with a billing account so you can get your Q identifier or Q authenticator. But it's cool that you can set that up, because essentially what you can do with stuff like integrations with Google Sheets is that you can integrate your form, so once you get the data from your form, it goes straight to your Google Sheet, so you can collect that data on a nice spreadsheet. Form abandonment is on premium. Conversational form setting, I'm not sure what this is. I just filled it in, I'm still not quite sure what it is. It basically asked me for like a name, email, password, and I'm not going to lie, I have no idea. Unless what this is actually just a step-by-step form, rather than having a one form all in one. It's more like a paginated form where you do your one by one, almost like they're asking you questions. Interesting one, that, and something that I haven't actually seen on other forms. Landing form is on premium. I'm pretty sure PDF templates as well. Okay, you can add a PDF template, but I'm pretty sure creating your form into a PDF is on premium. Double opt-in is on premium, and WP Auth is also on premium. That was another thing I wanted to check out. What is the preview like? So I know some of the previews do not come out nicely. Okay, that's half decent. At least it doesn't span the entire page width with a preview. But anyway, we'll take a nice preview of our form. Oh, I see what the settings was now. So the conversational one is basically like asking one question at a time. It is basically paginated. So one part at a time. Right, with that done, we now go back to our forms where we can see that we have our active contact form. We have a shortcode so we can embed it into any page or post. We have the amount of views, completion rate, responses, quite a lot of good analytics there. We have our app settings over here. A lot of this is behind a paywall, is what I first saw. Obviously, we have our CAPTCHA V2, V3, and the turnstile, which is quite cool. I've not seen that on another form yet. This is one which, if you were to pay and get the pro version, would be quite good, because here we have Google Ads. Now, I've not seen another form that will allow you to add your Google Ads to forms yet, and I suppose this would allow you to do stuff such as after they submit, it could take you straight to a Google ad to try to earn you a bit more revenue before they hit another page. Very interesting, and I like the fact they have that. Right, configuring the SMTP, like I mentioned earlier, they also have their own app, so you can actually download, I think it's the Bit SMTP or something like that, and then get that enabled and use that instead of WP SMTP. Or if you do, you can go ahead and add in your port, host, etc., and add in your current mailing system. PDF is Pro, CPT is Pro, API is Pro, Payments is Pro, and General. We have a few options here, which I do like it when they have delete all data table when deleting plugin. Once you delete the plugins and you're testing them out, you don't really want them to leave a lot of data. So it's quite cool they have that. So guys, that was a bit form. I'll allow you to make up your minds about how much you like the form. Personally, I actually like the form quite a lot more. I went into it with not too high hopes, and actually what I was able to do and what you can do on there was pretty good. I was pretty happy with it. There are, of course, some things behind the paywall, stuff like payments, Google Ads integration, which I really like. However, it was easy to use it as a beginner. Lots of options if you know what you're doing as well and you want a more complicated form. But although it's only got 7,000 installs, I would definitely recommend it. I know I normally try to go for how much rate it is and how many people have installed it, but it just goes to show sometimes Contact Form 7 has like 10 million, and it's probably the one that I would use the least, so make of it what you will.